Hi, fifth grade. It's a Win Friday, and that means we're going to go over this week's problems of the day that, again, I decided to do all in one video. Let's get started with the problem on 518. I already set up a picture to describe how we're going to go about solving this problem. The question said, a mall has 10 doors, so that's what I drew. It was 10 boxes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? And then it says 4 are only entrances to the mall. So I wrote on each door EN for entrance, and I also labeled them A, B, C, D. Then it tells me 3 doors are only exits. So again, I labeled them EX for exit, and 1, 2, and 3. And then 3 doors can be used as either an entrance or an exit. So I wrote a B for both, and I labeled them again X, Y, Z. How many different ways can Jenny enter and exit the mall? To solve this problem, I'm going to list all of my possibilities. So it's like saying I could enter through A and exit through 1. Enter through A, exit through 2. Enter through A, exit through 3, and so on. A, X, A, Y, A, Z. Because I can exit through those doors as well. I can't enter through 1, 2, and 3, which is why I numbered them instead of labeled them with a letter. So I tried to make it different, that these are entrances, they're letters, the exits are numbers, and the both are the letters at the end of the alphabet. Okay, so here's how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's keep going. B1, B2, B3, BX, BY, BZ. Same thing with C. C1, C2, C3, CX, CY, CZ. D1, D2, D3, DX, DY, and DZ. So I've used all of these entrances. Now again, I can't enter through these doors, only exit, but I can enter and exit through these. So I'm going to use these as an entrance next. So I'm going to have X1, X2, X3, Y1, Y2, Y3, Z1, Z2, and Z3. So there's some more combinations. Last but not least, I can enter and exit and just using these doors. So I could do XX, XY, XZ, YY, YX, YZ, and ZZ, ZX, and ZY. Okay, so now I'm going to count up all my possibilities. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 4 is 24 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I have 9 and 9 is 18, and 18 and 24. 8 plus 4 is 12, carry the 1, and I get 42 possible ways that she can enter and exit the mall. I hope that made sense. If not, you can always stop where we are and go back and watch it again. Let's do the next problems. Now, I wanted to just let you know I made a mistake. I'm very sorry. I hope you understand. I made a mistake on the problem for 519. So I'm giving everybody who had turned it in on that day 10 points because the mistake was mine. It said construct a 5-digit number with non-repeating digits, following all the rules, but some of the rules that I gave would make it impossible to do all separate digits. So there would be a repeated digit if you follow the rules. So in that case, 519, everybody gets their 10 points, whoever turns in something on that day, okay? Let's take a look then at 520. It says 2 ponds, I'm going to draw little circles, contain the same number of koi, which is a type of fish. When 7 fish are taken from the first pond and placed in the second pond will now have twice as many fish as the first pond. So what I know is if I'm moving 7 fish, I must have started with 14 over here. Okay, so this is like half the fish are going over here, which means I'm left with 7 here. And this pond must have started with 7, and then when they get 7, they have 14. I'm going to go back and check my problem. When 7 fish are taken from the first pond and placed in the second pond will now have twice as many fish as the first pond. How many koi are left in the first pond? The answer would also be 7. All right, we're going to do one more problem for this week. It's a little bit complicated, but I hope you'll be able to follow along. It says on 521, Molly plans on sewing quilts using 1,500 yards of fabric. She buys 300 yards of blue fabric at a price of 50 cents per yard. That little slash means per, okay? And then she buys 200 yards of pink fabric at a price of 70 cents per yard, okay? She will continue to buy blue and pink fabric in the same quantities until she has her 1,500 yards total. So we need to start by calculating the price. And then it says she has a coupon for 30% off her entire fabric purchase. So we need to find out the final price that Molly pays to do all of the quilts. So I'm going to start by calculating the price for the 300 yards of blue and the 200 yards of pink at each price. 300 yards of blue at 50 cents a yard. I'm going to do, and I know my decimal point is over here, 5 times 3 is 15. Add my 3 zeros on and move the decimal in 2 places. So that means it costs $150 for her 300 yards of blue. How about for her 200 yards at 70 cents? Again, the decimal point goes there. 7 times 2 is 14. Put on my 3 zeros and move the decimal in 2 spaces. That means it's going to be $140 for every 200 yards of pink fabric. So if she repeats this gives her 500 yards of fabric, and she has a cost of $290, and she's going to repeat that 3 times. That will give her 1,500 yards, and that will give her the total cost before the coupon. So I'm going to do my zeros. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times another 0 is 0. I have all 3 of my zeros. 3 times 9 is 27. I put down my 7, carry the 2. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. And when I move the decimal point in 2 spaces, I have that my total would be $870. Now it says that there's a coupon for 30% off. I'm going to make it stand out a little bit more. So if I'm taking off 30%, I first want to look at my total, and I'm going to move the decimal point. This is 100% of the cost. So if I move the decimal point in 1 place, that's going to be my 10%. So 10% equals 87. So if I do 87 times 3 would give me my 30% discount. 3 times 7 is 21. Put down the 1, carry the 2. 3 times 8 is 24. Plus 2 is 26. So now I'm going to take $261 off of $870 to find my total cost. 0, 0. 0 minus 1 I can't do. Cross out the 7, make it a 6. 10 minus 1 is 9. 6 minus 6 is 0. 8 minus 2 is 6. So her final cost for all 1,500 yards is $609. Thanks for watching today's video. Comment below the video with the word carrot for a bonus point. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.